morning. Getting kind of early, like 3 o'clock in the morning. I thought it was going to be a little bit brighter. I was just outside, sitting outside, looking at the moon. Right now it's 2:37. It was so nice. It must be raining somewhere because I can feel like it's wet in the air and the breeze. I'm trying to release and ask for things and thank for things through spirit and or universe or earth. It's really amazing. This awakening, you go through every different emotional feeling you have over and over. And once you start understanding that it repeats, it gets a whole lot easier. It doesn't feel like it for the moment, but it does. It gets easier. And I know a lot of people, they have channels and they're very, very up and positive speaking, Sometimes, a lot of times mine comes from the other direction, but that's only so I can help you or share what I've gone through and what helps me for those negative times, because it helps to know that. So if sometimes I repeat the same things over, I usually have something new to add to the video as well. And the repeating needs to be done so we can remember to do it. And this is only opinion. This is only this is what works for me. And it might have worked for somebody else, whatever it is I'm speaking of. But when I first started this a few years ago, knowingly started it, going through this awakening, my third eye opened, and it was amazing. The colors were bright. I was seeing into a higher vibration, and which there's energetic beings in the different vibrations, and I was just in awe. I still am. I still get that way, and it's just, I think it's just amazing. That we come here, that we've been coming here and having amnesia, in a lower vibration to experience the material and physical world, and not know that we have the gifts that we have, or most of us not realizing the gifts that we can have, as far as our intuition being stronger and more open, and psychic gifts that are normal for us. And it seems like it was kind of a shame that we come here without those gifts when we're able to experience material and physical things, being that we're spirit. As far as I like to believe, that's what it is, that we're spirit and that we're in a body. So I'm excited about this, the awakening, and it does get emotional. It gets draining because we work with energy. We're all getting really sensitive to it because our vibration's getting higher. And we're starting to go separate ways from people that we normally hang out with because we're all at different frequencies, which we may come back together once, you know. Each of us has our own path. That's what a lot of it has to do with, is us like letting go of all that stuff we forget about, but we don't actually get rid of it. So we hold it back. So we have to let go of all that old energy hurts, the hurts and stuff. Dis-ease, I should say. Things that don't feel ease to you physically, mentally too. So I started, seeing more into a higher vibration when I first started, like I just said, and I would feel really, I think really, I know I'd feel really sad if I lost that, the ability to see into the higher vibration now. I mean, we're not alone. It's true what they say. You're never alone, which is something you have to get used to. I had to get used to, I guess, because you're used to thinking you have privacy. But they don't ever have privacy, and they're always around you. And they're not just guides, they become friends, and they are always there for you. And it's nice. It's really nice. Thanks. I was just laying in bed here and, thinking about, how, just thinking about all this. It's, I live in a home where there's other people that they're on different frequency, than I am. And it's like everybody's on a different frequency in a different world and in the same place. And we all get along. It's like we're in our own world, each one of us. We're like in a whole nother state from each other, like mental, physical, mental state. So we're alone a lot, each of us, because we're all going through this change. Not everybody's ready to agree with that. To realize that. So, and I guess there's reasons for that. Maybe there's still something on their path they need to do or find out that it's not time for them to know everything or want to know, because I think a lot of times it has to do like you wanting to or not. I think also has to do with something with you being on the path and what you're supposed to do, for in your lifetime. So, for when you start to wake up. So anyway, I just thought I was getting all keyed up before, kind of. I was worried. I was like, oh man, this is like the full moon energy, and I started getting like not panicky, but like feeling bad, like I was gonna miss something if I didn't do something right, or a ceremony ritual or perfectly, or come up with something really special. And I've been learning to realize that, and bring myself back down from getting kind of keyed up like I'm not doing something right the way that it's supposed to be. And I'm learning to let go of the frustration or the fear of not thinking I'm doing something the way somebody else is saying that should be done. And, maybe I might be missing something, an opportunity, which I don't really want to know if I am. Because I don't want to feel bad. But, I guess if it was meant to be, it'll come, like they say, it'll come back around again. But I just went outside and it was a little bit too windy to have any kind of burning ceremony with writing your thing and then burning it or anything like that. So I just spoke out into, the air there, to the atmosphere, and looking at the moon and the stars. Yeah. It was breezy, so I guess it took my words. and so that's what we're supposed to be learning, so we all have our own way. And to let go of those fears, I started doing pretty good for a bit, and then as soon as you start getting rid of like old fears and figuring out why certain things bothered you, or certain relationships or whatever, the hurt that you might have from it, or once you get through that, you think you're through it, but then something else comes up, and then that new fear will come up, and then you have to figure out again, like, okay, well, why am I feeling fear or worry or about that? So, um, so that'll happen. You'll clear stuff out, and you'll be like, "Oh, cool, I got it." It's something else will be brought up, whether it's from a past life or earlier in your life, or so. But you start to once you start recognizing the patterns and what usually works for you, it's you start knowing what to do, and you start getting a little more confident in yourself and in what you feel and what you think, not what everybody else is thinking. I still worry about that, but then I think, and I'm like, no, I mean, because that's what this is about. This journey is us being ourselves, and that's a good thing, right? As long, as I say, as long as we're not hurting anybody, purposely hurting anybody, and we're all individual, even though we're connected. So I just want to say that, and I know the full moon was the night before last, but she's still shining really bright, and I wish you all a really good week, and hang in there with the awakening, and may you have peace, healing, and love always with you. Okay. Good night.